Okay, about astral projection. Okay, maybe I'll talk a little bit about remote viewing because the words used in theater can be quite different. So maybe let's get the frame of reference correct first. So when you talk about astral projection, what you are thinking of is actually being able to bring ourselves or our consciousness. I believe you are referring to consciousness, not the soul, because our soul remains with us all the time. Our soul essence may be split a little bit, but the soul remains with us. So I believe what you are referring to is projecting our consciousness to another place, to remote view, to look at different things. Am I right? So if that is what it means, so when I give you a scan, I don't see you in a physical form. I am projecting myself to your room in front of you, and then I am looking at you energetically. So that is what we do in terms of remote viewing, in terms of body scan. When I'm teaching, so let's say when I'm teaching a Zoom class, what happens is that all the students on Zoom, and then I will actually project myself. I'm not looking at them through the computer, so I'm actually projecting my consciousness into their space, into the room that they are in, and working on them directly, working with them directly. So even in a physical class, if it's a big class or if I'm lazy to walk, I will actually project my consciousness to beside the person. Okay, because in class, basically when we teach people to do certain things, I will actually be keeping an eye energetically to see what you are doing energetically. Because everything is energetics, right? So check that everyone's doing things correctly and doing what they're meant to do. I will actually project my consciousness to each and every person beside them and then to check on them energetically. Your question is probably how accurate. So I don't see them. I don't see physical. I would be checking on them energetically. So I'll be feeling into their energies, not into them as a physical person. So sometimes what we do is we'll go into that space, see what they're doing first, and then see, oh, is this the right time to ask her about this? I will still say it's energy, but it's really how clear and how detailed the energy is. This one is something I always remember because my whole family remembers also. My parents were traveling in Vietnam. Okay, I don't know what they were doing. I only know they were in Vietnam. So there was just one day, I felt that something was off. Something was very off. So I immediately went into their space. I went into wherever they are. I don't know where they are, no. Energetically, I was like, I need to see what they are doing. So I actually went over to where they are. I felt that there was something weird. There was like entities lah, basically wayward spirits kind of thing. So I went to that space, pull out all the wayward spirits. It is probably only one. Pull it out and then send unconditional love, send calmness, etc. That was what happened. And then after that, I would text like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Why do I have to suddenly have to do this? Yeah, and then what my dad told me was that my mom just suddenly got very angry. Suddenly there's there was a sudden change of energy kind of thing. And then she started getting angry and was like shouting at people or something. Yeah, so then after that, I guess I went in at a point when I already felt a bit off. So I immediately went in. I just cleared everything. So they said it was okay by then. I feel that is more important than being able to see the person. If you ask me, do I see my mom? I'm like, no, I saw her energy. I don't see her as a physical person. But I could see who the energies are there, which energies are there. Okay, I don't know whether you want to ask about waking state or dream state. Dream state, I see colors. Yes, I do see colors because I kind of feel into energy. What kind of energy is it good, is it bad? Sometimes it shows up as colors also. And I'm very sensitive to colors because I paint. And so sometimes it's also the different tones of the colors that I can tell what is going on. Although I wouldn't know exactly what is going on, but I'll just message and then after that I'll find out and I'll understand why. Dream state, when I have astral projections, usually is because I got called off to the spirit realm or called off to some other place to do what we call night service or service work or world service. So I just be there. Somehow my soul knows what's happening, but I don't. I'll just go there and like, what am I doing? Why am I like doing this? Yes, we can astral project into a spiritual realm. So we actually do something called spiritual bilocation. Okay, spiritual bilocation means that we are here and now in Singapore. I can actually spiritually bilocate to different places at the same time. So I can actually be, on one hand, I am in Egypt 2000 years ago. On the other hand, I can be in US 5000 years later. And I can see what's going on. And this one, to me, it shows up as colors. And to me, it shows up quite clearly. Sometimes I see people, sometimes I don't. But because really when they brought me to this kind of, like, my interest is really, what kind of buildings is it now? What kind of buildings were they living in? How did they build it? We don't call it astral projection. We actually call it spiritual bilocation. Does it sound like what you are referring to? So there is another thing that I'm trying to do, haven't gotten to the level yet, is actually being able to be in another place physically. Physical bilocation. Teleport! Yeah. So I actually want to teleport. Vina has teleported a lot of times, but she hasn't figured out how she did it, so she can't teach us yet. So our friends who have teleported, I know of people, or quite a few people who have teleported things. So yes, there is all kinds of amazing things. I've been working on beliefs, because anything that we are not able to do, we will actually explore what beliefs is blocking us from achieving that. Mine is like, if I teleport myself, there's that fear of not being dressed for it. Because Singapore, we wear like that, then we wear slipper. Or when I attend class, I don't even wear slipper. Like, I could just go barefoot. Just imagine if you teleport to a place which is like super cold. And I'll be like, oh my god, it'll be so cold. That's the silly belief that I had to work through. Then I realized that, actually, if I can teleport myself, I can also teleport a jacket ma.